this is my amp. What is up, my good peeps? It's your boy Sway back with another video. It's been about a month since I uploaded. Apologize for that. I've been kind of busy. And without further ado, it's time to talk about my new amp. And as you all know, my CT Sounds 900. The CT Sounds 900, as you see right in my hand, I had took it out because I was getting fluctuation with the power, the bass knob, only for the bass knob of the amp, and it just kept wanting to protect or just cut off. I think I'll have to go back, cut it back on. I got tired of waiting, of me actually going out to buy an amp, because I was just like waiting for like a more ultra efficient amp to come about, because a lot of the companies were sold out. And I have plugged it back in and it started working properly. It wasn't fluctuating with power anymore. It was just like perfect, like I had just bought it. And it lasted about 2 weeks, a week and a half. And it was giving me good bass, playing perfectly. And all of a sudden it just stopped giving sound. So then I had to like chuck it up again. And now it just sits in my closet. And I don't know what to do with it. Which is, this is a good amp. It is what, 900 at 12.6, but at 14.4 if you have good electrical, it will give you 1200 to about 1100 RMS. So this is a really good amp. I've been debating whether I should just trash it, or if one of you happen to want this amp, just let me know and I'll just send it off to you. Y'all can fix it if y'all know how to fix it, and it's a come up for you. You can use it or sell it. It's up to you. It's better than me throwing it away. Now it's time to talk about my real reason of making this video. I was looking at a couple amps, and I'm gonna start with the CT Sounds. The CT Sounds 1400 at 1400. CT Sounds just sent out a notification that the amps are on the water, that their new product is on the way, which should arrive by the end of this month. Beginning of December, and I had found one that was used. I purchased it off Up. The lady wants $250 for it. I offered her like 100 less because she has no bass knob, and I didn't want to buy that amp for that price because it was like old, and she doesn't even know if it works or not. So I was like, I'll give you the money. Boom, offer it up. She accepts it, and all of a sudden she changes her mind. She says she doesn't want to sell it. So there goes this amp because it's sold out and I can't find it anywhere. And then afterwards, I would say the Kicker KX 1200. Yeah, I know it's pretty good. It's not an ultra efficient amp, it's not an amp that I actually want because it's not ultra efficient. Ultra efficient is always better, especially if you don't plan on spending a whole lot of money on your system, as in like alternators and adding batteries and etc. I don't want to do all that. So any amps that's like rated at such and such power at 14.4, I'll probably try to stay away from, because I know my electrical is not that good. But I know it puts out the same rated power at 2 ohm and 1 ohm, which is a good amp, which is what you should look for, because you don't actually stay at that same ohm. It fluctuates up and down, so this one will be perfect. But I found that one on Amazon, which was the only one which was refurbished. It was like $389. I think it's probably still available right now. So I didn't want to purchase this one. And then my second choice, well, not my second choice, I'm just going based off. You have the SKV2 Star 1500, which is a pretty good amp, puts out pretty good power. Another amp, Power Hungry 14.4. It puts out about respectively 19, 21, 2000 1 ohm, give or take, if you have good power. This one was always available. I've always been reluctant at pulling the trigger and buying this one. And I have no excuse of why I didn't buy this one. But third is the B2 Audio 2500. And the 2500 is another Power Hungry amp, which is, that's an amp that's a little bit hard to find, but if you go on Sky High, you can find it. And I chose not to go with that one because that's 2500. Means I would have to upgrade all my electrical. And based off the electrical I have right now, without it giving me any problems, the max I can go is 1800. And anything beyond that might mess up a lot of things in the car. So I would have to get a alternator or add some extra batteries. And I did combine my batteries to make them like more like a 2400, but I stayed at 13.9 volts and I hated that. And then last but not least, the XTR 1500 DZ. That's available, always has been, which was for $339. That's ultra efficient. I don't know why I didn't buy that one. Being cheap, which is a good amp, but I just didn't want to go spend all that money for that amp. That's like 300 and such and such, such and such. And Power Hungry as well, but it's ultra efficient, so I would have got some good reliable power, but it's more cheap again. And then last but not least, the HCCA Orion 3000 DSPLX. Y'all know how it is to find those ACAA amps. Super hard, ultra reliable. And it's basically worth it. But as far as some people that got them, they've had bad experience with it. I guess they said they got the bad batch to where the two wires that's on inside the amp was touching each other. So they basically said it was great, but it just didn't work out. But this one, I know I can't find it, and I found it in one person selling it, and he wants around $800 for it. Y'all already know why would I do that when I could get a whole bunch of other stuff. I could buy an alternator and add another amp. So then my other favorite, that's two, which is the ACAA, another one ultra efficient, 2000.2 class AB amp. Hard to find. Nobody's selling it. Orion is not giving any indications when they're restocking. So, and then that should be it. So now, time to bring out. Go. Now, time to talk about the amp that I finally found. I mean, it just came out of nowhere, and I had to jump on it. And it's not any of these amps that I had that I talked about. Oh, there was one more. I tried to get the Sundown Audio SFB 1500. I kept messaging some guy on Facebook, and he would not reply. So I'm guessing he didn't want to sell. So I guess he didn't want the money. So that could have been potentially my amp right now. So now I'm gonna look at the amp that is basically one of my favorites. If y'all listen, no. But let me go get it right now. Look, I got my hands on one of these. This is the Orion ACAA 12.2. I got a good deal on it. It is a real beefy amp. Look at this right here. Real beefy. I will be running this at 4 ohms. So you can get a better view of it right here. I will be running this at 4 ohms. See, it says it right here. Bridge. 4 ohms. And I also got some dual inputs. This is must needs right here. 0 gauge dual inputs. And then I also got a bass knob for it. But a guy told me that this doesn't work for this amp. This is more for like the bass amps. So I don't know if it's actually true, but I will try it. And if it don't work, then I'll just put it up for sale, or I'll just give it away, whatever. And then get me the one that actually works for this amp. But to compare the two, this 1200 to another 1200 amp. That's what the company states on their site if you go on ctsounds.com. Right. There's a huge difference. Here they are side by side. Here they are right here. Look at the big difference, how small this one looks to it. The huge difference is this one would peak at 1200 or 11. And this one right here with good power, 14.4, peaks at 15. Y'all know how those red amps are. It probably does a lot more than that. And I wish that the guy that I got this from still had the black caps. That's what I love those black caps. It makes the amp look so much better. And that's a side by side. And if you put them like right on top of each other, look at this right here. I mean, huge difference. Look at that. I mean, this one right here, I could hold it with one hand, easy. This one is kind of hard. See, it's kind of hard. I could barely lift it with one hand. Super heavy, super beefy. And as you see, I took out my box. It was pointless to have a big box in it. I'm not using it. I also took out my battery, set it back to one battery. Now I float around 14.7, 15 volts. I mean, the car is loving it. I guess I should get me a 1600 battery. Probably a D1600. I think Excess Power has one of those. I will look into that. But that's about it for the video. I hope y'all liked it. Stay tuned for the next. And I got some big news for y'all. So appreciate y'all for watching this video. And y'all stay safe. And I don't know who y'all voted for, but whatever you voted for, just be happy that you it doesn't matter what anybody else think. As a matter of fact, just vote for what the fuck you want to vote for. To tell the truth, I don't care. But I hope y'all got off y'all butts and y'all went on and voted. And I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and I'll see y'all on the next. Peace out.